active labor. She was also 7 months pregnant.
And
So
working?
And working. It was pretty interesting. Because, she had a giant baby bump. My wife had a giant baby bump.
They bonded over baby bumps, yeah.
We were talking about her brother who did not go to physical therapy after he shot himself on accident.
Oh, you gotta do the PT.
He was apparently, like, his job was he, like, cleaned and made guns for people. And he was cleaning a gun and apparently forgot that it was loaded and shot himself.
Yeah, my grandfather got surgery in America, right? But he doesn't speak English, he only speaks Spanish, and they never told him that he needed to do physical therapy. So now his hip is forever fucked.
Yeah. It's a thing. It's a thing. Let's see. Do we got everybody here? It looks like we do have everybody here. Oh, AFK for a few minutes. Big Clapperclaw's taking some pain pills. There was some picking on people in the chat, I see. Nathan, if you're talking, I can't hear you. I see that you're green bubbling.
All right, how about now?
Yes.
All right, good.
No. Why?
Did it hit you with the whole you have to re-update all of your settings thing?
Yeah, it thinks my default now is my headset. Like, what the fuck? No.
Does it to me every time. Every time. Even though I have set my defaults for the things I want it to be. It keeps asking me. Then sometimes it just does it. Discord is an evil mistress. Well, everybody, it's game time. It's 9:01. Let's get started. So, for a point of DM inspiration, I know it's been 2 weeks. Who feels confident in giving us a recap of our last session?
We beat the game. I don't know why we're here.
This is the epilogue.
This is the epilogue. All right, guys.
The beach
epilogue.
episode.
Beach episode, hot springs episode.
And then we still got our tournament arc to do too, I guess. But...
Okay, who's gonna shoot blood out of their nose when they see Pally in his swimsuit?
Definitely Scrag.
Oh my gosh. I was watching One Piece yesterday, and that was like a whole arc of like, oh no, Sanji, he's gonna die if we can't get him to stop shooting blood out of his nose, because he's such a pervert.
Why would you subject yourself to One Piece?
Love One Piece.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
My dormmate loved One Piece last semester, and she would talk about it nonstop with all her dormmates. And then meanwhile, like, my friends hate One Piece, so I'd be hearing one person say, I love this episode, while I was on my friend who was saying, oh, this episode was so bad, you should watch it.
Yeah, the episode I'm talking about was actually from 10 years ago, and it's still going strong. Okay, so who feels confident doing that DM inspiration? Anybody? Going once?
So I remember what we did 3 weeks ago. I do not remember what we did 2 weeks ago.
Alrighty. Well,
I know we fucking brutally murdered that Cyclops guy, but
you did.
I don't. Oh shit. Okay, and then we went to we went towards the Prince guy.
Correct.
And there was confusion because Prince was like, "But I'm the Prince," and then so we went there. We stopped at this mountaintop that also wasn't a mountaintop. On the way there was a throne. If you sat on it, you got this Gandalf, I'm dead, but I'm coming back vision. You got to add proficiency to a skill. We took down these lightning rod things, and then people were coming to check on the lightning rods, which they do apparently. And we were like, spell wise, we could probably take them. Action economy wise, we probably couldn't. So I think we decided to hide or to try to run away.
You ran away. You ran away, and then you guys met some giant goats.
Oh, we bleated at them, right?
I do not remember meeting these ghosts. I do not remember this at all.
They were hungry.
You guys fed them, and they told you some secrets that they heard through the whispering winds.
Lots of secrets. I'm back.
Those weren't secrets. Those were like riddles, not actually secrets.
Were they riddles?
Riddle
No,
secrets.
they're not even riddles because you can't solve them.
They told you some information.
It's more like encrypted secrets.
They told you a bunch of information. Just to recap, they told you when the moon obstructs the sun, creeping Lynn will be undone. They told you play to her passions, stay on script, a cat, a horn, or a shadow ripped. And then finally, the fool's scepter is the key. They did tell you that. And then the last thing that happened is you guys are still going towards that prince. And I'll activate the scene.
These fucking tokens, or the fucking goat tokens.
Is it mystifying you with their licking? And then you saw there was a bunch of goblins dressed in animal stuff on top of this bridge, and there's all these ghostly lights. So yeah, Scrag, grab that point of DM inspiration for your help there, getting us started on the recap.
I feel like I should get like half a point because I do not remember the goats or the goblins at all.
To be fair, that you guys did go to a super sick party, so it's fine. We'll round up. Okay. Next thing here on the docket of my opening minutes is our fact inspiration question. Describe a moment where you felt like a villain. Do you regret it? Clapperclaw, describe to us a moment you felt like a villain, and do you regret it?
Oh my goodness! I mean, every time Granny Nightshade would like send me out to do anything. She even had me like buy groceries, and I'm like, oh man, these are probably gotta be evil groceries. And of course, I regret it. I regret everything I did for that murderer.
Oh my gosh, evil
As you
groceries.
should. You're a piece of shit, Clapperclaw. All right, so my thing that I regret is right then when I just told Clapperclaw he was a piece of shit.
Clapperclaw, please take your point of factspiration for those evil groceries. Okay. Let's go to Soul. Soul, when did you feel like a villain, and did you regret it?
Never. Soul is always righteous. Always.
And that is sort of your whole class.
Exactly.
Well, that makes sense. So you have never felt like a villain, so hopefully you never have to do anything villainous in this game.
Even if I do it, it's not villainous because it's Soul doing it.
That's like a real world, what's it called? Justification by many organizations. Okay.
Yes.
So we will move to Fier. Fier. Was there ever a moment where you felt like a villain, and do you regret it?
One time at the circus, there was this little kid who had some carrots. I was really hungry, so I tripped him and took the carrots while I was crying, and I ran away. His mom was looking around for somebody, and I didn't want it to be me.
Oh my gosh, did you regret it?
Well, yeah. I stole carrots from a little kid.
Hugh, carrot thief, Hugh. Well, I guess you get your point of bardic inspiration for being a carrot thief. Please add that to your character sheet. You will probably need it this evening. All right, Scrack, I know that you did call Clapperclaw some names there, but what's a moment that you actually felt like a villain, and do you regret it?
I can't think of one in particular, so I guess I'll go with when I had to leave the kids that were trapped by the last tag up in their little enslavement area without freeing them and go back down to help the fight, because he would have felt sort of, I don't know if villainous is the right word, but he would have felt awful that he had to not save them and leave them there to hope that things didn't go horribly wrong and they had to leave without saving the kids. He doesn't regret it because it all turned out well, but if it hadn't, he would beat the shit up out of himself for it.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. It's a kind of a Sophie's choice. Like, do I save the kids now, potentially causing my friends to lose this fight, or do I go fight and the kids?
Or do I
could
flip
be
the
dead.
lever so that the trolley hits them? Yeah.
Absolutely. Please take your point of factspiration. Okay. Prince Papalo. Was there ever a moment where you felt like a villain? Do you regret it?
Well, I once had this servant helping me get all prettied up in the morning. And one time, she had said that I was starting to look a little bit, oh, dare I even say it, flabby. So I sent her to the dungeon. Of course I don't regret it, though. She deserved it.
No. Sending people to the dungeon. Oh my gosh. Well, please take your point of factspiration for that.
What's the name of the game?
The name of the game?
It's Dungeons and Dragons, after all.
Oh, mm-hmm. That's true. It's true. Please take your factspiration for that. Oh my gosh. How could I forget the dungeons? Mr. Pally. Mr. Pally. Was there ever a moment you felt like a villain? Do you regret it?
Nope.
Oh, is he still...
Nope.
Mm.
Nope,
Just
never.
nope? Okay, we have two non-villainous people here. Well, please take your point of factspiration. Well,
Now, Pally, are you sure that you've never tried to throw a dance party in perhaps a place that is inappropriate for a dance party?
How can dance be villainous?
Did you violate traffic laws in Faerun?
Nope.
I guess villainy is in the eye of the beholder.
Yep.
If you do
Villainy
not-
is in the eye of the villain.
Villainy is in the eye of the villain. The Nazis in what's it called? Raiders of the Lost Ark did not think that they were villains.
I don't think any Nazi felt like they were villains.
Oh, that's right. They're not like the Drow of the Drizzt Orden books who are like, oh my god, I love to be evil. It's so good being evil. You guys haven't read it. They say that like
I tried
verbatim.
reading it.
Whoa,
But
dude,
yeah,
spoilers.
I know
spoilers.
that's true,
Except
though.
for fucking Jarlaxle, who's just a bamf.
Whoa, spoilers, guys. Spoilers.
Your Laxel is kind of zaddy, though.
He's just like, I like to be a little
Fucking
bit gay.
Jarlaxle is daddy, I think.
He's
is
like,
what you meant.
I said zaddy.
Zaddy.
No,
Oh,
your
no, but
Laxel's
what
like,
you
we
meant
do a
was
little bit
daddy.
of trolling.
Yeah, no. Nathan doesn't get that reference, so he's a boomer. So
Oh.
Well, I know the fucking we do a little trolling, you piece of shit.
Look at that Jarlaxle. You can't deny. Oh my gosh. I've never seen this art before.
Yep, that's a person.
That's a very long torso.
Dude got a sunburn.
Yeah, he's definitely not a drow in this
Yeah.
picture.
I mean, to be fair, like, if you were a drow that spent as much time up above the ground as he did, you get a hell of a sunburn too.
That's fair.
I've met like 3 gay guys who look exactly like this.
Leather straps and all. Okay, before we make Matthew too
And iPhone.
uncomfortable, let's start playing. Okay, so we are under a bridge. Your whole B team is with you. There is a procession of goblins ringing handbells and chanting in the goblin language. And they stop when they see you all, and they look at you with wonderment and hope on their face. And they look interested in talking to you all. Do you all wish to talk to these goblin bell ringers?
Hell yeah, goblins are like my second favorite race to play as. After kobolds.
Alternative goblin steps up and says, "Hello there, travelers. We are the Dead Ringers. We are a procession of goblins selling our services across the land of Yon. Are you all interested in potentially speaking to the dead?" And they all ring their bells in unison. Ding, 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 ding.
Are we still cautious of these fellows? Or should we go talk to them?
You can. How often are you able to speak to the dead? I can do it myself once per, I think, short rest.
I think they mean they ring ringers, as in like people who ring bells.
We can speak with the spirits of the dead 3 times before we lose our magical energies. So if you all wish to speak to the dead, we can do it. All we ask for is 1 trinket in return.
Turns out ever since level 6, I can do it twice per short rest.
Oh, you are quite powerful indeed. Maybe we need to ask you to join our merry band.
Now that could be interesting. Tell me, do you owe any service to the hags of this realm, or are you your own goblins?
We are our own goblin tribe, the Dead Ringers. We give tribute when tribute is asked, but we are not counted among Mistress Lynn's servants.
Forces you to give tribute. Wouldn't you rather support someone who doesn't require such such
Jesus.
things from you?
Of course, we would ask not to be ruled by such a creeping mistress. We wish for the days that the Queen Zybilna was our ruler.
We, as a group, we seek the return of Queen Zybilna and the banishment of these vile hags. Could we perhaps strike some sort of agreement, some bargain, where you'd be able to use your marvelous abilities in the assistance of our cause so we could rid each other of this hag?
If you seek an ally against Creeping Lynn, we would choose to ally with you. We see you have a strong group. Is that... And they all gasp. Sir Amador? And Amador bows deeply. And his love, Paulinella, bows deeply as well.
Are you well known? You know, like what about me? What about all of this? You know, don't you recognize all this?
No.
Sorry, man. I don't quite recognize you, but maybe if we ask the spirits of the dead, we could try to recognize you better.
But you recognize that. But.
It's okay, Prince. You're in your frog form right now. Or at least that's what your token says.
Oh my. He's masquerading around in his Eladrin form. It's just I can't get the token to work. That's just a skill issue on my part.
But we can help you in the immediate by asking questions of the damned. We just seek a treatment in response.
I got lots of those.
Oh, would you like to speak to the dead, Ma'am Haringan? And they ring their bells.
I whispered to everybody else, oh, do we want to speak to the dead?
I've heard tell that hags all hate each other, even if they work together. Maybe we could talk to one of the other hags that we've killed, see if we can convince them to help us kill the third one. So, sort of the if you can't have it, no one can approach.
Well, we do know that they were planning on doing something.
I got this really neat ball and cup toy that plays music. You think they might like one of them?
Does sound very trinket-like.
It's very trinky-like.
I think Granny Nightshade was planning something. Didn't you find Granny's Nightshade's plans for like killing Lynn or something, Scrack?
Probably, maybe.
But try throwing an intelligence saving throw or something. Maybe you could remember.
Oh, give me one moment, guys. You can kind of discuss what your plan is here, and I will be right back.
Think real hard, Scrack.
I thought we found like a book or something, but I don't have it in my inventory.
Yeah, you were looking around, and you were like, "Hey, look, guys! I found Granny Nightshade's plans to kill the other hag."
I do have an octopus kite.
And then you're like, "Oh well, this isn't important," and then we keep on going. Maybe you could just find your notes that you took of whatever that was. Those plans you found.
I will just as soon as Orph is done with his phone conversation.
Oh my goodness, if he comes back and he's like, "Okay, that's the game for tonight."
I would cry. I would legitimately cry.
There's we might have to we might have to start skipping like
Okay,
the
that was too
recaps.
good, Novel. That was too good.
I was ready.
Whoppa!
You guys picking on our poor widow baby. Damn.
Well, I was picking on somebody else earlier, and they got all defensive and sad about it, and asked me to stop. Like, ugh.
I don't know what you're talking about. I simply asked if you was just picking on me. That's all. There were no emojis or anything
I
involved.
don't know what you're talking about. I was referring to another situation. Why are you getting all
Sorry
defensive?
for the pause,
Oh,
everyone.
all right.
And to make my dog a peanut butter lick mat.
Tasty.
Mm.
I would like one as
But
well.
does Matt like it? And like, is he asking for it? And you're just
Well, he's green and flat and made of plastic. So yes.
it's my favorite kind of Matt.
So did we actually find a journal?
You did find information
I don't know why
about
the fuck I don't have it anymore.
stuff that Lynn, or excuse me, that Scabatha was thinking about doing to her sister.
Oh, okay. Yeah. For some reason, I was thinking it was the first hag that we found that in. But yeah, it was Scabathus.
Including trying to ruin her play, steal her cat, all sorts of like terrible things like that. There was a bunch of letters back and forth about how no one knows where the fucking unicorn horn is.
Except for us, bitches.
Hallie took it and did something with it earlier, but
Mhm.
I don't know. All I heard was him going, "Oh," and then it was gone.
No, I went different sound. Aren't we all?
Yeah, so you know kind of what her plans would have been. Pablo, you seven-toed cat, get out of here.
Wow.
Okay, so what do you want these goblins to do for you guys?
I'm not
I don't know.
interested in
I
anything.
don't know what we would need to ask any dead people about. I mean, like, because I can cast Talk to Dead, like Speak with Dead, like twice
That's the
every
B
short
team.
rest, and I can cast like Seance, and I can't think of anything right now that we would need.
I can't either, to be honest.
You know, that maybe. Hey, do y'all have any acting skills? We might. You know, we're brainstorming some ideas, and we might need to put on a play later. You know, to try and one up the plays put on at the castle up there.
Oh, well, generally these fortune teller types, they have a flair for the dramatic. Maybe they would be a good use for us.
As you guys are talking about acting skills, let's see who would be the most appropriate. Morgort, the Knight of Wart, says, "Weren't you guys told me that at the carnival you took acting lessons from a mime?"
Who's
We
Morgort
did,
talking
yeah,
to?
but we can't fill all the roles ourselves. We're gonna need extras and background characters, you know.
That's true. The goblins kind of look pretty excited, and they say, "Oh, you'd like us to be extras? We've never been able to be in a play before, let alone one that was in Motherhorn."
Just whatever your skills are, acting, stagecraft,
Probably need
lighting,
somebody in sound design.
security, just whatever your special skills are. That's gotta let those shine out, right?
Could I be the director?
You've got to be our star, Prince.
Ah!
You're a charisma caster, after all.
I'm more than a charisma caster.
I'm a charisma caster.
Yes, we all know that. You're very charismatic, in fact. You're the
Thank
most
you.
charismatic one of all.
So what do you say, friends? You want to come put on a play with us?
The goblins all look to one another, and their leader, incompatible goblin, will say, "We will strike a fey pact with you then, that we will be the extras in your play for the cost of 8 trinkets, one for each of us."
I can do that.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
right, what baubles and items are you going to give to these goblins?
All right, I've got this glittering fish scale that I'll give.
Wait, I think I got this, guys. Wait.
So I have a tiny wooden box that contains 8 pieces of black chalk. I just want to take the box out, open it up, and hand each one of them a piece of black chalk and see if that will suffice.
Each of them look at the black chalk. They bite it to make sure that it's real and it's not just a piece of charcoal, which not all that different. But they all look very satisfied at their black chalk, and they tuck it into their goblin loincloths, and they nod their heads. They jump off this bridge, and they say, "You've got extras for your play if that is what you intend to need. We, the Dead Ringers, are at your service."
Perfect.
I think what we need now is a writer.
You're a theater troupe now. You're the dead players.
Oh, is there any way that we can integrate our bells into this performance?
I am sure that there is.
We definitely have to find a writer.
Octavian asks, is there any way that I can perhaps ask them if there's a person who can put the heart that we carry back into my chest and take the baked potato out without killing me?
Oh yeah, that is a good question.
Also, I have a question, Octavian.
Yes, Prince Popolo.
When we take out the baked potato, what is the plan with it? Do we keep it as like maybe a possible let's just say you get older and you have like a heart attack. We could have like a transplant ready with the baked potato, or like we eat it.
I hadn't thought that far ahead. Perhaps someone should eat the potato that was my heart. Does anyone call dibs on the potato that was my heart?
Could I?
You could eat the potato.
Thank you.
It would not
It's a great
spud
honor.
me to do so. This will be the root of a great relationship between you and I, Mr. Prince Popolo.
Octavian, you sound like you're dying. Are you feeling okay?
I'm okay. I'm just thinking of the seriousness of this all. I don't want to, the plan to go down the tubers.
Do you ever get heart palpitations?
Well, right now, all I feel is just a little sizzle in my chest.
Oh, so never starts to sputter?
You get heart palpitations.
Well, your feet are starting to tighter around a bit. Perhaps you should sit.
Don't worry, we'll hash out a plan to fix things.
Oh yeah, that was the best one.
Hey, in this travel time, can we have had a short rest?
Sure.
Because we've been traveling for quite a bit. Okay, thanks.
The Blue Ranger looks around like, man, these guys really, really like to make puns when there's there's a lot of people to save. So this band of goblins will follow after you guys. You now have an army following after you with your B team, the dead ringers or the dead players, and all of the quests that you aim to solve. The goblins summon a spirit from the damned, and Octavian asks it if there is a person who can, surgically implant his heart back into his chest here in Prismeer. The spirit looks like one of those trolls from Frozen. You guys would know that this is a Kored. The pair of Gleam and Amador talked about them in depth. The spirit thinks hard, and it tells him that there are two people capable of doing so in Prismeer. The first being Queen Zybilna herself, as a powerful spellcaster. She can do just about anything. The other is a satyr known as Xenopax. Xenopax is a wonderful doctor. Last known location is the Palace of Heart's Desire. So if you guys find Xenopax, the satyr, he can replace the heart in Octavian's chest. And then the spirit goes away. But do you guys start moving?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, you guys start marching on. Let me grab the correct map that you guys need to be going to next. Let me preload just in case. Okay. As you guys are kind of moving forward, I haven't changed the map yet. I will do so in a second. You see 8 columns of rock reaching up towards the sky. They form a ring around a deep crater lake. You can see even from your faraway distance that there are rough-hewn steps spiraling up to each of the columns.
How tall are the columns? Sorry, did I miss it?
They are 200 feet tall, and each of the columns are 150 feet apart. One of the abilities of being a player character in this game is that you can accurately measure distance in a way that a land surveyor would cream his pants to have the ability to do. Anyways, they're huge, obviously, being 20 stories tall. You guys can see there's a torch-bearing figure trudging up the stairs on the column nearest to the rowboat. But you can see that there are winged beasts shouting and howling as they circle and wheel about it. You guys can see from your position that the torch-bearing person, as it gets to the top of the stairs, it lights what appears to be a brazier. And as it climbs down to the bottom of the stairs, the winged beasts beat their wings and blow the brazier out.
Ah, so they're jerks.
All right, so I'm going to take you guys to the map. Give me just one moment. And I don't have your the dead ringers on your B team sheet yet. So for that, your B team will be 1 slot, but it will be 8 of those goblins. Okay. And just for purpose of bloat on the map, we will just have you guys on the map for right now. All right, I will take you to the Fey Beacons. So you see this torch-bearing figure.
Hey.
I like how you guys all
What's he doing here?
At the same time. You see these beasts flying through the air. They have antlers. They appear to be a strange combination of several different animals. They are flying about, and you see that the torchbearer looks audibly and visually exhausted. What would you all like to do?
Hey, Amador, is that that's the prince you were telling us about over there.
Yes, that is the prince.
What are those things being jerks and blowing out the fire right after he lights it?
Oh, those are beasts known as peritons. They're an odd combination of stag and bird. But unlike a stag, well, really, I guess, I don't know really that much about birds, but these animals mainly feast upon the hearts of humanoids. That's their favorite meal.
I know somebody who's safe.
I don't think that's a normal bird thing either.
Octavian goes to put his finger up like, and then goes, okay.
DM, are the creatures like just like messing with him constantly, or are they like actively attacking him?
They right now he's at ground level. They're all 60 feet high in the air, and they're all basically like laughing right now. If that makes sense, they're like cackling. And if you'd like to see, that is the handout.
Nice.
If you need me to, I can also Shift Z or Shift X that. There we go. So yeah, you see this dejected-looking humanoid. You see these laughing, cackling peritons, and you see that the prince looks like he is about to make another trudge up the stairs.
Well, he is not working efficient. He is definitely taking the work harder and work smarter, not harder thing. It's just not following it at all.
You see him climb up the 150 feet of a tower up the stairs. You see him take his torch. He lights the brazier. He starts to climb back down the tower. As he gets down to the bottom, several of the peritons fly over and blow the flame out again.
I cast Firebolt on the flame.
It lights up. The prince did not notice you before, and he sees the mote of flame, and he turns to you all and holds his torch aloft, and he stares back to you all with hopeful eyes.
This is like Sisyphus, but dumber. He could just stay at the top.
Well, I think he wants to go down to light the other pillars. I think he's tried to light all of them. He can never do it because they're just blowing them all out.
He starts to walk towards you all.
I feel like this is a metaphor for something.
I don't know, but he's got some powerful legs.
Look, the beacons are lit.
Yeah.
Gondor calls for aid.
As he reaches your position, he says, "Hail, hello. Are you
Hello.
all friendly travelers, or have you come to mock at my existence?"
Well,
A little bit of both.
just to put every just to put everything out there, we're looking for allies against the hag of this land, and we are not above trading a favor. If you're willing to help us out, we can help you out.
Wink, wink.
Well, my name is Prince Legolas of the Mirkwood. What is your name?
I'm Scrack.
I'm Fear. It's very nice to meet you, Prince.
It's nice to meet you as well. And he continues to look at the others, like waiting for everyone to introduce themselves.
Oh, my name's Frunk.
I am Pally.
Popolo gets down on one knee and holds his hand out. Prince Popolo, Pleasure to meet more royalty.
It's a pleasure to meet all of you. I'm a stranger in this strange land. If you are seeking an ally against Indolin Moongrave, you've found an ally.
This thing with the beacon here you're doing is this something that can wait, or is this something that needs accomplished right now?
This is my way home. You see, a red dragon threatens the prosperity of my home.
I have a feeling you don't need to worry about him. I think somebody else is going to take care of it.
And I hear red dragons these days are just getting taken down by the dozen by wayward arrows.
Well, none of my arrows, or of the arrows of my kin, have found their way. I was visited by Indolin Moongrave in my darkest hour.
Oh, and you made a pact with her.
Well,
Fey pact.
She showed me a future in which we defeated the dragon. But I'm shameful to say, but I lost my life in the process. She claimed that she knew of an alternative way in which the dragon was defeated, but I survived. And she would only share the details of this if I stayed with her for 1 year here in this strange world. I thought it was a small price to pay, so I accepted the terms. Well, that year has came and gone, and I'm still here. There's only one way for me to go home. According to Indolin, the path is only visible in the light of 8 beacons. So, I have the goal of lighting these 8 beacons. But each time I light one, those damn beasts blow it out. And then they revel in my despair.
Those beasts, are they under control of the hag, or are they just assholes?
Well, I hoped that they would grow bored of their antics and leave me alone, but I guess I am misguided. They are beasts, but they weren't always that way. They were once a troupe of actors.
Now that's mighty interesting. Do you
They were
know
called-
anything about how they got beastified?
Well, I was actually there when it happened. They used to be called the Whose Line Players. Indolin invited them from some strange world known as Earth? I've never heard of it. She invited them to
Earth.
Motherhorn. Earth? Is that how you
Yeah.
pronounce it?
That's the way I've heard it. I don't know.
I've heard earth before.
Well,
Isn't
they...
that blue dressed man from that place too? What's his name? That guy, yeah.
I am from Earth. I'm actually from Angel Grove, and Legolas steps in front of him and continues to talk. The Whose Line Players, they quickly became inflated of ego and difficult to control. Indolin locked them up. When they begged to be set free, she changed them into Peritons and released them into the wild.
Do you know of any way to reverse this?
I'm not a wizard. I have no knowledge of how her magic works or how to transform these people back. I just know that they used to relish in their improvisations.
Pally steps forward. And he looks up at him and says, "Fly, you fools!"
Good one. The elf will look to you, Pally, and say, "You remind me of someone." I am worried about my homeland and about the danger of that red dragon. I need to get home to save them. But I can offer you help. I can offer you information and perhaps something else if you can help me get these beacons lit.
Absolutely, Lee Goulash.
If you'd like to accept a trinket, I might have a ring laying around somewhere.
I am very nervous about rings. There's a story about that, but we don't have the time.
I have some pretty bad ring stories too, you know, Mr. Legless.
I don't have if I had about 12 hours or so, I could potentially tell you about it.
Maybe
what
just
about the
cut out
director's cut? Could you give us that?
Well, how about you just cut out all the walking that they do? Because you know they're going to walk places. Just give us the meat of it.
Well, you see, I would much rather give you the bread. The lambus bread. And he looks dutifully off into the sky.
Nice.
He shakes his head and says, well, I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic. I believe that I must light all of the beacons. Is there a way that you think that you could interfere with the Peritons, or perhaps...
Oh yeah, we could have her for a while.
You know, whatever way you think would be best while I light the beacons. You see, the lake is 400 feet in diameter and at least 100 feet deep.
We can kill them.
I feel like one of us small folk should light the beacon. Yeah, I don't know why. It feels right.
I can do it.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, I think you do fit the troop.
Based on who's tallest and who's smallest.
Legolas will say, well, of course you all can light the beacons, but I'm afraid that if I don't light the beacons, I won't see a path to my home. So if you were to light the beacons, we would see a path to your home.
Alright. Well, how do we distract the parrot? Do we just keep constantly lighting this one?
I have an idea.
Go for it.
I mean, we could make an illusion of a fire in one of the braziers, and they'd be just like freaking out over it because they couldn't get it to blow out. Or we could probably just knock them out. That would really be the only surefire thing to do.
What if we
I
ask
do have
him
one thing I could try. I am able to cast the remove curse spell. It's worth a shot to at least try to fix these players so that they can help us in our performance.
How long do you think it'll take you to
I mean, that would be if it worked, that would be amazing, but sometimes even removing a curse doesn't fix a Fey pact if she got him with that. But if it was just a regular,
on how it worked.
Yeah, it's just depending on what type of curse it is.
Well,
but I mean, it's definitely worth a shot. I really like that idea.
But what if we just guarded each one of the lights while he went and just lit them all?
It could just be that as soon as we leave one light to head towards the next, they fly back and put that one out.
Well, we have a
Can't we all just go and light them all at the same time to help him?
Because we can't light them. He has to be the one to light them.
Well, we don't have to guard them each at the same time. We could split up and guard them in smaller groups.
What if we ask him to make up a song based off of different categorical submissions?
What if we played a show tune for them, and they have to act it out?
How about we ask them not to blow out the fire, and you know, in return, we'll try and help them turn back into actors.
Oh, I've just been hit with a stroke of genius. Let us bargain with them. We will get them a job in acting, which is what all actors desire, since they never have one. And then, they will of course accept our deal for them to not unlight these lights.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend 10 minutes to cast Fly on myself. For free.
Okay, as that's going on, you're gonna be a flying scrack.
Hey guys, I do have some of those worm candies that we bought at the place. You want to see if we can ask them if they'll take a candy instead of being mean?
That'll work. Let's try it. Hey, monster creatures.
Come here, monster creature.
We got jelly worms. You want some jelly worms?
The sappy dire periton comes into the light and squawks at you.
It's alright, come here. Do you want some patties? I can give you some patties, like right behind the antlers. I hear that's probably the best.
I hold the worm up in my claw. I wiggle it around.
Give me a persuasion check, Clapperclaw, as you wiggle your worm around for these beasts to come get them some.
Did that roll?
It did roll. This sappy periton says, Drew! And this one flies over. Yeah, Wayne? Drew, that guy's wiggling his worm down for us. Wayne, we're not doing a game here. You know we've got a mission. We've got to blow out the fires whenever that guy lights them up. But Drew, I really want to go eat that worm.
You don't want to blow out the fires. That'd just be helping the hag that turned you into monsters. You don't want to do that.
We may be monsters now, but we can fly. And the Wayne Brady periton sings a 3-minute improvised song about how good it is to fly.
I clap after he's done, and I say, "Well, wouldn't you rather people be proud of you and clap for you whenever you do amazing things like that?"
Yeah, no one will see you flying if you're just out here. Nobody will ever be able to enjoy your performances again.
That is a really good one. That's a good one. Miss Fiera, you can give me a persuasion check there, because that was a good persuasion. Ooh, that was a good persuasion check. These two fly in from the darkness. This one says, Colin, Ryan here. Colin Periton. This is Ryan Periton. She's making a pretty good point. The Wayne Brady Periton nods that you're making a pretty good point. The Drew Carey Periton also nods his head that you're making a good point.
Yeah, you guys are all so wonderful. I mean, it's you can still fly. Nobody has to take that away from you. But you guys could put your act on the road, and you could do all the amazing things that you used to do before. Instead of being mean to one person, the whole world can appreciate you.
Yeah, like, I've never even heard of you guys, and I'm sure that's just because you're stuck here. I mean, isn't that terrible?
8 Peritons basically flying 60 feet above you guys. The Drew Carey Periton will...
The Drew Careyton?
The Drew Careyton will drop his height to 0. So he's just going to be on the ground. You'd be like, well, do you want to perhaps test our skills here? I mean, you guys have come to see us. You're talking some pretty words, but do you guys want to see improvised comedy show.
You don't even have to do that. Your friend over there did all of the amazing stuff for you guys. I 100% believe that you guys can do anything you say you can do.
Yes,
and I start clapping my hands.
I want to see the show.
I want to see the show. Actually, do you mind if I perform with you?
Oh, they look. Oh, audience participation. You know we're all about that.
Okay.
Should I roll performance for that, or?
I'm like, oh man, we should have brought your hat, Drew, so we could do scenes from a hat.
Oh,
you want
I
to borrow
got
my
you
hat?
guys can use. Hang on.
They're waiting for you to bring the hat.
Oh, Pablo is gonna bring over his hat. He's gonna take it off, and like do a little twirl with it, drop on the ground, then hand it back.
Okay, and they're like, is there cut up things in there to for us to do?
Make them really quick.
I've got some paper and a pen.
Can you write some random crap on those, please?
You literally write the words "random crap" and put it in the hat.
Here, just use this. Just tear up all the paper that you need, and I'll hand them the last laugh of the Nilbog book that's written backwards. Goblin et Foglosisla. Just use all the paper out of that. Actually, please don't give it back.
Okay. And they look up their scenes from a hat prompt generator that's on the internet. And the Peritons all begin to group around the hat and get into teams as they begin to get ready for their improvisational comedy. And as this is happening, Legolas is sneaking up the mountain to try to light the flames. He's sneaking. He lights the flames, and as he is doing this, you can see that the Peritons, even though they want to perform, might be magically compelled to stop him. So I'm going to need a group persuasion to keep these guys on their toes, ready to improvise, while he goes over to light that flaming brazier. So I need a persuasion from everybody.
Come on, +8 to persuasion. Let's go.
Okay.
Did I accidentally hit twice?
You did, Prince Poplo, but I'll take your first one.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
I'm gonna add +3 to mine with the astral speech.
Sure.
Actually, you know what? Just in case, I'm actually going to also use my bardic inspiration on myself, so I get a little extra.
What's a Nilbog?
Read it backwards.
I just love that they included that in the adventure.
I mean, it's backwards. It says goblin, but then it says, if you read it backwards, it says last laugh of the Nilbog.
You said persuasion check, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
So a Nilbog is like the weird fucky jester goblins, that's what they're called.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll minor illusion, like a cheering audience sound, to help me with my roll.
All right. So you guys, let's see. Out of 5 people, 4 people succeeded, which is a success. So these Peritons look around and they're ready to. They're ready to scenes from the hat from you guys, and the Drew Carey Periton draws from the scenes from a hat Bad times to start a USA chant.
At the Olympics, whenever the Germans win.
You beat them to it. You walk out onto the stage and you say that, and they're like, "Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one."
I'm holding my tongue right now. I don't want to say something that's too off color.
At a shootout.
I can think of some really bad ones. I'm sorry.
Did you just say at a shootout?
Yes. I'm sorry.
The Wayne Brady Periton walks out on stage and says, at the ranking of education by countries, USA, 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 and then he gets buzzed off.
You joke about that, but the U.S. actually is one of the has the highest performers on standardized testing in the world, being basically every other country.
Yeah, that's because almost no other country uses standardized testing.
Exactly.
Okay, they look around. They're playing scenes from a hat, and they look pretty good. And then you see Legolas has climbed down. He gives you guys the thumbs up, and he starts rowing across the boat, across the lake. He starts lighting the second one. And these Peritons, they look pretty excited, but they look like they really liked it when you guys played this Scenes from a Hats game. So I think the best way to keep these guys occupied is for you guys to continue to play.
Oh, can you guys pull out another one? That was really fun. Why don't we perform for you this time?
And they go, oh, okay. And Drew Carey Periton pulls out one that says, "Odd things to scream while charging into battle."
I'm pregnant!
I wasn't even supposed to be at work today.
Excellent.
I have crabs!
Oh, no! The Ryan Stiles Periton walks out onto stage and says, "This is the line for Black Friday, right?" Steps back off. Seeing that there is no other takers, you can see that Legolas has lit the second beacon.
Draw another one! Draw another one! This is great!
He draws from the Scenes from a Hat bad fan fiction lines.
Do you want me? I'll pull out some real ones. Hold up.
Fan fiction lines?
Listen,
Hold on, I'm gonna pull out
Legolas.
my immortal quotes for this one.
Listen, Legolas. I know that Gandalf will be back.
Clappercock could not participate in that.
I may be a Hogwarts student. Lord Garrett paused angrily, but I am also a Satanist.
Oh. They all look surprised and clap their hands. The Colin Mocker
It's on a shield, and it was really badass.
You fucking bastard! Yelled Draco at Vampire. I want the shit next to her.
The Colin Mockery Periton steps forward and says, "And that's when the prince from the planet Vegeta caressed my hair and said, 'I never knew I could love a lower class warrior,' and kissed me deeply, and stepped off stage."
We weren't asking for your autobiography.
You see that the third, the fourth, and the fifth beacon have been lit. And the Drew Carey Periton draws a scene from the hat that says, "You've heard of blank, now get ready for blank." That one's kind of hard, actually.
No, but I like it. I like it.
You've heard of ice cream. Now get ready for mayonnaise.
Gonna eat cups of mayonnaise? Finally have a use for that alchemy jug.
You've heard of Elf on the Shelf. Now get ready for Aladdin riding a paladin.
Ooh.
Okay.
You've heard of Elf on the Shelf. Now get ready for Scooby on a Doobie.
You see that the Greg Proops Periton steps out and says, "First there was Slapchop. Now there is Chop Slap."
That
And
sounded
then
just
everyone
like
boos
him.
him.
Yep,
'cause
that
he has
sounded. Yep, that sounded just like him. That was good. Now I want to hear your Brad Sherwood.
I feel like he was super funny usually.
Proops?
Okay.
I actually like Proops, yeah.
Then you see the 6th and the 7th beacon have been lit, and he draws a final card from the Scenes from a Hat prompt that says, "Things you can say to your dog, but not to your significant other."
Here,
What a
sniff
good
this.
boy.
Who shall on the floor?
No.
Man,
No,
the OOC. I wouldn't buy the what a good boy.
that's it. Get over here! I'm gonna shove your nose in this mess you made.
Oh no.
That sounds like a good time to me. I don't know.
This is the last time I'm gonna pull pieces of blanket out of your butthole.
Oh god.
I mean, you guys aren't married yet, but that's like a Saturday
won't be
night
the last
here.
time.
Yeah. Oh, good. You had 12 kids.
You guys see that Legolas lights the 8th beacon. As the 8th beacon is lit, the light basically shines through all of the lake. And you can see that reflected in the surface of a lake is a forest of ancient trees, shrouded in mist. Legolas draws from his back a bow, and he curls up a piece of parchment. And he draws the bow back with the parchment, and he fires the arrow. And it perfectly lands in Pally's hand. Safely. It doesn't, like, pierce your hand, Pally.
Oh, dang.
It does a little bit. There you go.
It looks like it, but then you, like, hold your hand out, and it's just perfectly empty. Legolas bows to you all, and then he leaps into the lake. As he plunges into the water, ripples fan out across its surface. After about a minute, the forest scene fades away and the beacons go out one by one. As the beacons go out, the Peritons begin to squawk. Wah! 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 The Drew Carey Periton starts going nuts. And you see that the intelligence that was in their eyes is starting to fade away. Pally, do you want to read the note aloud to your fellow players?
Yes.
I didn't send you a note, but I can tell you guys what it says.
Yes, I would read it aloud. Except for the fact that I don't know that I know how to read. So...
Did you shoot it to the wrong person?
Go ahead. Let's see what it says.
It first says, "Thank
Do
you
you
for
want
your
to
help,
go
my
out
friend."
with me? Check yes.
Terrible things for boons. It says, "Thank you for your help, my friends. I will gift you all a boon." And you all have been gifted a boon from Legolas. The boon is Charm of the Mirkwood Archer. This is for everyone. You can give yourself a +10 bonus to a ranged attack roll you make. Once you use this 3 times, this charm goes away. It also says, attacking Motherhorn directly could be suicide. There is a secret entrance into Motherhorn through Brigand Rock Mine. Travel to Brigand Rock Mine, and you can go underneath Motherhorn and attack it at its weakest. So he has gifted you the charm and that useful information.
Charm of the what archer?
The Mirkwood Archer. I just put it into chat there. But yeah, you guys can see these Peritons are starting to go nuts. They're flying around. Their eyeballs are bugging out. It seems like they have not lived up to their pact here. And Scrap, did you ever try to remove curse on these guys?
Assuming. So after Legolas started his thing, I wouldn't have wanted to try it until after he was finished, just in case it like messed up the plan that was currently going on. But as soon as like the 8th one was lit and he saw where he needed to go, then I would have cast it on whichever one was closest.
Are you just shooting firebolts out there, Rob?
I'm trying to edit this item on my thing, and apparently my mouse has no idea where I'm clicking.
Okay.
No, I did not mean to attack anything.
No, you're good. Scrap, you attempt to remove curse on one of the Peritons. And,
do the Colin Mockery one.
It is not effective. It does not remove their curse. So you guys can see these guys are getting crazy. They're starting to froth. They're starting to look like they want to eat some hearts. Do you guys try to stick around? You try to get away? What's your plan?
I'm gonna run away a bit. I'm not gonna leave anyone behind, but I'm running away.
Okay.
But but I'm not gonna get more than like 5 feet ahead of the group or anything.
Okay. Do you guys plan to stay and fight, or do you want to try to get away?
Probably get away.
Okay. You guys are able to run away. These guys are just squawking, going nuts. They're flying into the pillars. They're just looking like crazy beasts, and you guys are able to get away. I'm gonna take us to the Yan map. So you guys would actually be pretty close to you. I'm gonna grab everyone. Oh, it did move you guys. There we go. Pretty close to there, because that's where this wayward pool is.
I'm sorry, I was having a bunch of Foundry issues. What the note say after the charm?
You can give yourself a +10 bonus to a ranged attack roll
you
make.
After the after the bonus.
You can
the
use
other
it
part.
3 times.
Oh, about the mine? Is that what you're asking about the mine?
I guess so. I completely missed it.
Oh, the note said that if you guys want to have an underground entrance into Motherhorn, there is a secret passage in Brigand. Excuse me, I said Brigand Rock, but it's Brigand Knock mine.
Oh.
that's useful information.
And to show that there's these crazy birds, if you guys decide, hey, we want to go back there.
Isn't the pool this one over here? The one that has 8 beacons around?
Oh, you're right. That is. For some reason, I took you guys over there. Yeah, it's okay. Boop, boop, boop.
No.
Now you're in the middle of the pool.
Okay. Well, it's been a long day, actually. Maybe we should start trying to find a good place to rest for the night. We've only been here one day. Everything that we've done so far.
Like one of those days where you go to the grocery store, you run into someone you went to high school with, go to the mail place, you run into your high school geometry teacher. It's a whole thing. You can have several encounters in one day.
But are we forgetting something? There was we were told about a few things when we got here. Was it OOC? We were told about a few things when we got here. It was the this pool with the prince at it, the beekeeper, the sister, wasn't there? Did we still need to go visit the trolls, the rock trolls?
There's Lockbury Hinge, and then there's Briggan Knock Mine, are the other two locations. I'm like moving you guys, showing that you guys ran away over to here.
What was that first one? Hinge?
There is Lockbury Hinge.
What was Lockbury Hinge?
They said Lockbury Hinge is perhaps where you could find the Correds.
Yeah, the Correds. We wanna. Does everyone wanna head there next? To the rock trolls.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So let's head towards the rock trolls while looking out for a good place to spend the night. If it seems like it's gonna be a long way away. Like a place where we could like hide from patrols or something.
Sure. Now, as you guys are running away, Gleam will say, "You know, that pool, that would be the perfect place for me and my sister to hop back to where we come from, where, you know, back to the Witchlight Carnival."
Yeah, it seems like a good place for a lot of people. I mean, the Power Rangers could maybe get home from there, and it seems like a very powerful place.
Yeah, you just see that the only thing holding everyone back, you see the swirling threat of all of those Paratons flying around. One of them is wearing glasses now, because it's Drew Carey. Okay.
Oh, if we can't find a way to remove that curse, well, I guess we'll just have to look for a way to remove that curse.
Or we could destroy them. I mean, yeah, let's look for a curse. I mean, a way to remove the curse.
I don't know. Destroying them is very compelling. You're very compelling as a person, Fia.
I kind of liked them.
I liked them when they made sense, but now they just want to kill us.
I liked it when they wanted to do improv.
Sellouts.
I could try to cast slow on some of them, and we can take a few down at a time.
I honestly do not think that killing them is our best bet in this situation. They seem very useful in the future.
You know, I think we could fight them and beat them. I feel bad for them because they were just, improv actors, and if there's a way to turn them back, I would just like to do that, try that first. Because they're not like bandits. They didn't choose to be bad.
I know some bandits.
Or like
Sorry,
the
wrong
hags.
voice. I know some bandits with a heart of gold. You ever heard of this fella, Telemachus?
He's amazing, I hear.
The greatest of all of the heroes, really.
No.
Tell you what.
It just goes to show that just because you're a bandit doesn't necessarily mean that you're a bad person. It's all about circumstances, you know.
Yep, true.
Just because you're the bad guy doesn't mean you're a bad guy.
The patron saint of failing up.
As you guys are moving and trying to find a place to bed down, let me move you to a map.
I just go to your mom's house.
Oh, damn.
Youch!
Every time.
It is a fun map.
Hey, the distances are made up and the directions don't matter.
So this is obviously a timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly sort of situation. So you guys are traveling this path, and you can see lightning is striking. The light that is in the map, obviously, is from this static lightning bolt that always seems to be striking. And from two towers that are just off map, two of those lightning rods. As you guys are traveling here, your B team is obviously with you. Let's see. Have we not gone very far? you guys are traveling a decent way. Don't worry. Okay. Let's see. So as you guys are moving through this certain patch, you notice that there are shadows moving across the ground, across the wall, and they are not being cast by a body.
Oh, I think those shadows are back from when we were at the tree house. Not that tree house, the other tree house.
This could be a part of the riddle. Isn't there something about a shade separated or something?
Yeah, the hags likes to rip shadows off of people.
Oh, that shadow just became uninvisible. You can see that there are tons of these shadows dancing across the walls, and you can see that they are growing towards you guys.
I put an extra light on Pally.
What do you do as these shadows seem to close in on you guys?
You cast light on my head.
I cast light on the eyeball that's always dangling.
On Pally?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys are moving through this area, the shadows start detaching from the wall and start blubbling like bubbling ichors of goo. And the shadows look like they are going to attack you guys. So let's have everyone roll initiative against these shadows.
What if my DM would activate a combat encounter in the scene? Oh, there we go.
Oh, whoops. Give me 1 second. I gotta activate a mod because I turned it off.
Everybody
Guys,
who
the
had a
team's
good
gonna
number,
refresh.
everyone who had a good number, remember it. Everyone who didn't, let reroll.
Yep, I definitely had 20.
That's what I remember. That's what
yeah,
I
I
remember.
can see your
That's
initiative
tiny,
right here.
yeah.
It also saved it.
Yep, saved it.
Dang.
Ooh, good shadows. 1, 2, 3. Did anyone else see that, or was it hidden for you guys?
I think it was hidden.
The Thomas the Tank Engine?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
I just heard it. Alrighty, it looks like we've got everyone in. It looks like Fier. Fier, you're the winner.
Woo!
Fier, there's these shadows. They haven't made themselves known yet. They are still hiding, kind of against the ground and in the dim light. What do you wish to do?
Pass to somebody who can see, because I can't.
I have light on me. Everybody should be able to see.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say, I think I'm the only one who can't see for shit.
Yeah, there's lots of light right now.
I have no idea. I don't even know where they're at because I can't see any of them. Is that supposed to be the case?
Yeah, we can't see them yet.
Hmm.
You can hold your action.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold a firebolt, I guess.
Alright, give yourself the SpongeBob status. Boop. So we know you got a firebolt ready. Who would you like to pass to?
Definitely to somebody who says me, me, me.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, Pally, it definitely is. I chose that all on my own.
Yep, no, that's good. That's what table talk is for. And I'm gonna run forward like an idiot.
Now, Pally, you only use similes and metaphors when that thing isn't the thing already. So it's not like an idiot. You're just gonna run forward because you are an idiot.
No, no, no. Like an idiot. I like idiots. All right, I don't see I don't see anything. Caleb, are you lying, DM? Are you lying?
No, I'm not lying. There are several shadows here. They're gonna pop out from underneath some stuff here in just a moment.
Hiding. All right, I will. That's my action. I mean, that's my movement. I will dodge.
Okay.
Wait, all right, hold on. You're saying that. Did we see anything? Should we be afraid? Is there? You're saying it as Caleb, but did we actually see anything that would make us concerned?
He said
Yes,
we
you
saw
did.
wiggly shadows all over the place, not being cast by anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that doesn't scare me. I'm not holding an action. I will double move. Okay. And then I will pass to Prince. I don't see anything, guys!
Joy, oh joy, oh joy. As my bonus action, I will cast Inspiration on Clapperclaw.
Yeah.
And for my action, let's see what I have in my spell book at the moment. What? So does anyone want to be polymorphed into something?
The polymorph's cracked into something useful.
Wow.
Like a rat.
Yes.
I don't know if they can spell cast yet. Sorry, I was still deciding when I was called on. Let's see what I have. I don't think I have anything I really can do. So, instead I am going to hold an action to, cast Vicious Mockery on the first one I see.
Alright, give yourself that SpongeBob status. Who do you pass to?
Who wants to go next?
Maybe the shadows.
Do we decide to
I'll go.
pass the shadows?
Clapper will go.
Okay.
Clapper Claw then. All right.
Alright, Clapperclaw, what do you got for us?
All right. Grandpa will strut forward bravely, taking a dodge action. He's not scared. Moo moo.
This is my movement.
Clapperclaw will come up sort of timidly behind, and he's just going to hold a force start. What's a good against shadows? Yeah, he'll hold a cantrip, probably a force start.
Okay. And who do you pass to?
I'll pass to Soul. Unless y'all want me to pass to the shadows.
I do.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I'm not worried about that. I think we should definitely see what they're gonna do before we get all of our party.
I think Soul and Scrack want me to pass to shadows, if that's okay.
It's fine with me. Shadows
okay,
it is.
I'll pass to shadows instead, if that's okay, DM.
Alright, so you're gonna pass the shadows. Okay, so Vexing Shadow begins to float. And it's going to fly over to this cow. And it's going to attack.
Okay.
Yeah. Well.
So let's use a Siphon Strength attack.
Haha!
Oh, let me reveal. Public. Sorry about that. So that's a 17.
17 hits.
For 15 necrotic damage, and give me a DC 15 Constitution saving throw. Alrighty. Your grandpa loses 1 off of his strength score. Not too bad. Could be worse, right? Then the shadow. Let's see here. It is not in dim light or darkness, so it's kind of stuck because it's in light. Alrighty. It's gonna pass to Manipulative Shadow.
I will release my held action on Vexing, please.
Alright, give me that held action. Okay, that's a 14.
I've also got lots of Bardics if that doesn't hit.
A 14 does hit the shadow for 14 force damage.
I'm not sure if I can use focus charges when it's not my turn. But I will look at that and get back to you.
Okay. Fier and Prince, you guys also had held actions. Do you guys want to release those?
May I please release my Vicious Mockery? It's a wisdom saving throw, I think.
Yes. Okay, it passes, taking nothing, and then the Vexing Shadow.
I can use it when it's just whenever I deal damage, so he also takes an extra D8.
Alrighty. He does not have 4 readied actions on him, so he's going to take 4 extra damage. Alrighty, so let me resolve Manipulative Shadow. Alright, Manipulative Shadow is going to come to here. It's going to target Prince Popolo. It's going to try to siphon your strength. That's a 21 to hit, Prince Popolo.
That hits.
Alright, and make a Constitution saving throw.
Let me do so. Give me a moment. It's a +2 save. Whoops.
All right, here is your boon.
Nice.
You have total confidence.
Ooh, good. Let me write that down really quick.
Absolutely. I will take a screenshot as well. And after this guy's turn, I'm going to take us back to the start.
Also, yeah, real fast. Well, the first shadow that went doesn't look like it's in bright light anymore.
It did not.
So, because I had light on me, I no longer have light on me. I believe it's a concentration spell. And with the ready to action, that removes it.
Yeah, so he's gonna. We will keep that in mind for next time.
Okay.
Okay. Let me grab my snipping tool.
I don't think I have anything.
I'm gonna get a new. I'm gonna grab a snip of that you have total confidence.
Wait, what? Light? Isn't a concentration spell?
Oh, because I was holding for start. But yeah, light's not a concentration spell.
That was only for PvE.
Oh, good. Okay.
Let me just open that. Total confidence for Prince. Okay. All right, everybody. But we got to close things down a little bit early, so let me go to the start scene, and we will resolve our fight with the shadows next time. And I assume you guys will want to go to Brigand Rock Mine to try to go into Motherhorn as well.
Yep, depending on what happens with the rock trolls, probably.
Mm-hmm.
True. Well, excellent. Well, I was glad to have you back, Matthew. I'm glad to hear that you're recovering and you're healing, and we will catch up next week. If you guys need, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's great to be here. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, if you guys need me for anything, just go ahead and at me in the Discord. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week. That is the 19th.